So, welcome back to another Team Yancey vlog. Today is going to be an interesting vlog because this is going to be a real rap session with me and my son. So, I'm going to ask him some questions. This one's going to be Christmas themed, so he has no idea what I'm going to ask him. But while we do that, we are going to sip on some hot cocoa. Now, we haven't made it yet, but we got some Nestle's, rich milk chocolate hot cocoa, and we're going to have some hot cocoa and have a rap session. How does that sound?
Good.
All right. So, right now, we're going to use water today because I'm going to figure out which one tastes best because I haven't tried almond milk and hot chocolate yet. I don't know. We'll see. It says 2 tablespoons of the cocoa mix, but we already know how we do. We're going to add much more than that. So I'm going to add 2.5 into Logan's and half. And we're going to stir it up.
That looks like
Mountains.
Yep, that looks like chocolate sand. Chocolate Australia.
It does. All right, you want to finish stirring a little bit?
Yes.
Careful with the one. And I'm gonna add. How do you make a mess that fast? No, let me finish stirring it because you let that thing fall right out. And that's a good heat too. Now I'm going to add the same amount to mine, but I'm not going to spill mine.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever said to me.
Alright.
It smells so good.
It does smell really,
I
really
wish
good.
the camera had a nose.
So people can smell it.
Yes.
Alright, go ahead and stir it up a little bit more. So you want to get all the little clumps out, and you want to stir and push down too, so that all the top pieces can get wet, and so that they don't look all dry and silly.
That's what's so dry.
Yeah.
It looks like
All right. So my first question, son, is an easy question, and it's going to be, you know, there's going to be some questions, and there'll just be some questions where I ask you just your opinion. Sit back.
Okay.
Good. So, how did the Christmas holiday start?
So I think that there was a war in December and only a few people won and they celebrated Christmas for that.
Okay, so you think Christmas came from a war.
Yes.
So if Christmas came from a war, then how come we have like a Santa Claus and elves and all that stuff? Where do they come from?
Well, maybe they're just like future decorations for them.
All right.
Like, cause do you know how they celebrate Christmas like 100 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good.
Not good.
All
All right, you want to go ahead and take a taste of yours?
Yep.
All right. Now, you want to go ahead and get a spoonful, or you want to, or you can just take it from the mug and you got to hold it like this so you don't spill. You want to hold it like this, or you want to use your spoon?
I use your spoon.
All right. Let me taste mine.
Oh, it smells so
Oh,
good.
mine's delicious.
It is.
How's yours?
Great.
Excellent. All right.
I
So,
like to make hot chocolate better than I like Starbucks hot chocolate.
I like that. So, let me ask you another question. If Santa Claus is delivering presents to everybody, how does he get around the world in one night?
Well, some places they celebrate different holidays. Like in Mexico, they celebrate Las Posadas, and not Santa Claus goes there, but Father Christmas goes there.
Oh, true. Okay.
Santa Claus doesn't have to go everywhere, just all the places that celebrate Christmas, like America, Canada, I guess.
So with that being said, so let's just say he focused on the United States where we live, right? So how does he get to every single house in the United States in one night?
Well, so he goes, like, he has a sleigh.
Mm-hmm.
His deer are very powerful.
Okay.
He's magic.
Okay.
And the elves take some time off by making the presents for him. So he can, like, start, like, as soon as the kids go to sleep. Like, if you go to sleep at 8 o'clock, he can start at 8 o'clock and go all the way to 12.
Okay. Do you think when you go to sleep from thinking about other Christmases, does it seem like that sleep is a very long sleep?
Yes, I wish I could just wake up.
So when Dad was a kid, I remember when Christmas time, it was the night, Christmas Eve, I felt like that was the longest night ever. this took a very long time.
I still think that.
So maybe there's this thing where time slows down on Christmas Eve, so it gives Santa more time to get to all the houses. Could that be a possibility?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because the night is really, really long. Because it's crazy how long. Like I remember one time I went to sleep and it was like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and I felt like I've been asleep all night long, only to find out I woke up. It was like 10 o'clock. It wasn't even an hour later.
It like last Christmas, like, so when I woke up, I was so energized and I just bumped into the wall because I had such a good night's sleep.
Okay. You want to take some more?
Yep.
All right. Can you name all of the reindeer?
Rudolph.
So we got Rudolph. So sing the song. How's the song go? Let's start with Dasher.
Dasher, Miller.
Miller. There's no Miller.
Wilder.
No. How about you tell me if this is a reindeer name? I'm gonna just name some names and you let me know if it's a reindeer. All right. Rudolph.
Yes.
Wilbur.
I don't know.
Dasher.
Yes.
Dancer.
Yes.
Elfie.
No.
What about Prancer?
I don't know.
What about Vixen?
Uh-huh.
How about Donner?
Yes.
Cupid?
Yes.
Blitzen?
Everything that can fly except for flies.
So Tinkerbell. So you
Everything real that can fly, like a flying shark.
So you bombed that one. So we're back. We're drinking hot chocolate and we're having father-son talk. This time is the Christmas edition. Logan had no idea who the reindeers were, and so I got to do a better job as a dad preparing him because it's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen are the reindeers. But if you recall, the most famous reindeer of them all is Rudolph. Now, I don't know for sure if I said those correctly, but I know that I sound correct to him. So, speaking of Rudolph, Luke, how come Rudolph's nose is red and all the other reindeer noses are black?
Well, that kind of answers...
Come back into the camera, dude. Why you keep me in the
That
camera?
kind of answers how Santa knows which house it goes. So maybe Rudolph is just a special reindeer because he is the one who's supposed to help Santa find the houses. Because his nose is just so sparkly that he knows his house to deliver the presents.
All right. I mean, that's a very good logical theory. And I think you have made pretty good sense with that. So, if you look at Santa delivering toys and presents all to every child in the world who believes in Christmas, where did they all go on this sleigh? Like, how do they fit one there?
Well, I think a few of the reindeer help him load it.
Okay, so they have like the sleigh that holds a good portion of the presents, and each reindeer has like present sacks on like the side of them. All right, that makes sense. If Christmas has been around for hundreds of years, how old is Santa Claus?
Well, hundreds of years. Because he said hundreds of years. So that means Santa has to be hundreds of years.
So that's very good way of putting things together. So that means that he would be like the oldest person alive, right?
Right.
How's your hot chocolate?
Good.
You want? Okay. All right. You want to ask me any question? Chocolate lips.
They taste like bubbles.
Because you had all the froth on your lips.
So if you could go back to one of your Christmases, what year would it be?
Oh, good question. That was a really good question. I would say one of the Christmases.
Name the year.
Oh, I don't know. That you can't do that. I'm gonna give you two. Is that cool?
Yes.
All right. So the first one is when I was a kid, and this is gonna sound really old. So we didn't have like streaming services and stuff like that. We had VCRs. That's how we watched our movies. I don't need your judgment. So I remember I asked my mom, I asked Gigi for a VCR for Christmas, and she said, no, we're not getting a VCR. Like, you don't need no VCR, da 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 da. And although as a kid, you know, when my mom said no to something, I didn't really get mad about it because it's probably a good reason why I can't have it. And so I just remember on Christmas, after opening up the regular presents, Gigi brought out some presents for me and Auntie. She always has like one big special present for all of us after we open up our regular gifts. And this year she gave me a big heavy box, and I opened it up and it was a VCR, and I was so excited because I was like, whoa, she told me I couldn't have a VCR. And so when I saw one, I was like, a VCR for me? Like I was such a happy kid. And if you guys know anything about VCRs, you would know, you just know how old, you know, VCR can be. Now, the second Christmas I remember, Logan, is, you know, Daddy is 10 years older than Uncle Vincent, right?
Wait, so how old were you?
So, I don't know. I was
13?
No, it was way later. It was probably like 19 or 20 or 21 or something like that. And Uncle Vincent had to have been, actually, he might not have been that old. I don't know. Either way, Uncle Vincent asked for a big roller coaster set made by this Connect. It was called Connects. It's like Legos, but it's a different. I don't even know if they still make Connects. And so Gigi bought the roller coaster set for Uncle Vincent, but I was going to surprise Uncle Vincent and have it built already, so when Uncle Vincent came downstairs, he would see it in this big roller coaster in the living room. Well, little did I know at the time that it was going to take like 12 hours to build that roller coaster. And it took me all Christmas night to build it for Uncle Vincent. So that way when he came downstairs, he could see this big roller coaster with all his gifts. And although I got it done and I made it look nice, Uncle Vincent loved the roller coaster. And it was so big, we never ever took it down for like a whole year. And it stayed in my mom's family room the entire time.
Wait. That means you saw Santa, because Santa travels in the night.
That's true. But at the same time, he waited till I fell asleep.
Now I have one more question for you.
Yes.
If, this one's gonna be a good one to sell. If you could have one reindeer to take you to Florida, who would it be?
One reindeer to take me to Florida? If I had to ride a reindeer to Florida, I would take Rudolph because he's the most famous.
I'll take Dasher.
Why?
Because I just learned about it.
So I would take Rudolph because obviously he's the most famous of them all. Like you gotta go with OG Rudolph. And so I would go there. Plus, if it gets nighttime, since Rudolph's nose glows, I can see where I'm going. So you're just giving up on a spoon. All right. So do you know how they say Merry Christmas in Spanish?
Merry Matas.
No, Feliz Navidad.
Oh, I thought that was Mexican.
That's Spanish. They speak Spanish. So people who are from Mexico speak Spanish mostly.
Okay.
So Feliz Navidad is how you say that. So if you had to donate a gift to someone who didn't have like any family who needs gifts because, you know, things happen. And so, you know, some people don't have families or they don't have places to live. So if you had to donate a gift, which one would you donate and why?
I would donate I'll donate a lot of my clothes because it gets cold in the wintertime and they need it to survive.
That's awesome. That's really nice.
But I have a lot of clothes already.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
So you would donate some of your clothes and so that people can stay warm? Mm-hmm. That is so great. That is so great. You got a question for that?
So my question is, what's your favorite Christmas food?
Oh, my favorite Christmas food? I would say for Christmas, the day of, obviously I like cookies. So a good chocolate chip cookie or a snickerdoodle cookie, you know, if Santa leaves any left over because, you know, he'd be eating all the cookies. But if you leave any left over, I'd definitely take a chocolate chip cookie or a snickerdoodle. For breakfast, any breakfast food, probably like a good waffle. A good waffle.
I would have some ham.
You would have some ham.
That would be my favorite Christmas food, ham.
All right. So you would have some Christmas ham. I would have a nice Christmas waffle. And for dinner, Daddy would probably get some kind of really good, delicious piece of salmon. Gotta do like this. Definitely seasoned beautifully. Some greens. And some candy sweet potatoes with apples in it. Because you don't got no taste. You know what I'm talking about. Well, listen, I think that's all the time we have for questions.
Wait, I have one more question for you.
One more. Go ahead.
So, what is your least favorite Christmas gift that you've ever gotten in your whole entire life?
Socks. So, with that being said, with that being said, listen, we hope you enjoyed this intimate father-son moment where I got to ask my son some questions. He got to ask me some questions. It was his Christmas edition. We'll probably do some more of these and make this a series in our normal vlogs when we come back in the new year. But we hope you enjoyed it. But that being said, you could have been anywhere on the internet, but you're choosing to spend time with our family. And I know I appreciate it. I know Logan appreciates it. Somebody head itch. So Logan, what should they do with this video?
They should like and subscribe and ring the notification bell so they get notified every time we upload.
Hey, and I'm gonna add another piece. Comment, because you know this whole thing works on interaction. So if you like anything or anything stood out to you, go ahead and put it in the comment section, and we'll be sure to respond.
Oh, and comment some questions so we can do them in front of the camera.
Hey, I like that. With that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day, and we are out.
Drink some cocoa.
Do some what?
Drink some cocoa.
All right, we're gonna drink some cocoa. Bye.